If you watched one of my recent videos, you'll know that I'm taking a bit of a new direction in life and retraining to become a sports massage therapist. So in this video, I just wanted to recap what I've learned so far as part of my college course, and then I'll continue to document my learnings as I progress through the course. So during the first week, it was really just a case of getting an understanding of the course and what the lecturer expects from us in terms of handing in assignments and things like that. It's a relatively small group of us, around 12 I think, so that was an opportunity to get to know each other a bit as well. Now, I am doing this course alongside my full-time job, so it's very much a part-time thing, but the idea is that we get qualified within the year, so it's quite intense. The course runs on Tuesday evenings from 5 till 9 in the evening, but because there are so few of us, we do tend to get done a little bit early, which is quite nice. The idea is that we do all practical on the Tuesdays that we're together, so practicing massage on each other, and then the written work, the assignments are done in our own time. Now on to the second week, where we were looking at postural assessments and fitness testing. So although we're not actually starting with the maintenance massage, the idea behind the postural assessment and the fitness test is to provide like a benchmark almost for those clients that are going through a maintenance period, and you can assess improvements over time. This involves just physically looking at the client from the front, back and sides, and it allows you to potentially identify areas that need particular work. For example, one shoulder may be sitting higher than the other, and that could indicate an area of tightness that needs to be relieved. As part of the postural assessment, we're doing something called a plumb line test, which involves hanging a piece of string on a weight up from the ceiling to provide a straight line, and then the client stands in front of that and behind it, and you can see exactly where any discrepancies are based on that center line. The fitness tests involve taking certain measurements such as height, weight, blood pressure, things like that. But one thing the lecturer did tell us is that it is not a diagnostic. That's very important. It's an indication. On to the third week now, and this is where we actually started to massage, which was really fun. But first we had to set up the couch appropriately. Towel management, of course, is very important, and we make sure to only expose the area of the client that we're working on at the time. So as soon as we finish massaging one leg, for example, we cover that up and only then expose the other leg to begin working on it. The trolley needs to be set up ahead of time with everything that we need, including the cologne to clean the area that we're working on essentially, the oil, deep heat, things like that. And one thing he did say is that it's very important to make sure you put your lids of your cologne back on, because if you don't, that's considered to be a fail due to cost regulations. Now, something that was very important for me, and it was quite handy actually that the couches were adjustable, is that the couch obviously needs to be at the right height. And you test this by essentially brushing your knuckle along the top. And if you can brush your knuckle along the top, you know it's at the right height. So we started massaging this week as well, which was really exciting. And we started on the thigh, which is done as part of the post-event massage. This did take me a little bit of time to get the hang of, but after a few weeks of doing it now, I'm pretty confident doing the thighs. And what is really nice as part of the course is every evening that we're at college, the idea is that we get the opportunity to practice the massage and be massaged on. So for someone like me who's got a really tight shoulder at the moment, that's going to be lovely. On to the next week now, and we started with repeating what we did last week in working on the thigh, but then we moved on to doing the arms as well. So the idea is that we gradually build up each week until we're able to do the full body post-event or deep tissue massage in one go in around an hour. Now, I didn't think there'd be that much involved in massaging the arms, really. There's not a lot to them in terms of muscle groups, but it did turn out to be quite involved. You do things like mobilize the elbow, you do work on the fingers, on the wrists. So there was a few steps involved. A bit like with the thighs, trying to remember the right order was a little bit tricky to begin with, but just one of those things that the more you practice it, the easier it gets, and it soon becomes second nature. Now on to week 5, which was the most recent week on the Tuesday just gone at the time of filming this, and we worked on the neck and around the shoulder area. This one was relatively simple compared to the previous weeks in that there aren't as many steps to remember. The way I've been able to remember it is neck stretch, effleurage, C7, effleurage, effleurage again, C7, effleurage, neck stretch. So basically do the work on one side and then move on to the other and then finish with the next stretch. I did find the movements a little bit awkward to work with initially, but again, once I got the hang of it, I was fine. Now, I have been practicing this at home as well as at college, and I'm at a point now where the thigh and the arm massages I'm quite comfortable with, and I'd be happy to do without looking up my notes, as I can remember the correct order and the right movements. The lecturer did say that we're all coming on really well, and he hopes that we can actually be assessed for the post-event massage before Christmas, which will be really good. And then we get the opportunity to move on to pre-event and maintenance massages. So that's the current journey of becoming a sports massage therapist and how I've been doing so far. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be doing more of these, so if you found it helpful or you enjoyed it, please do subscribe if you haven't already, and be on the lookout for the next video. If you've got any questions about what I've learned, let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll catch you next time.